Hello YouTube and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial, and this one is clearly a windmill. Now I've been trying to record this and get this out for a long time, and Dark Warrior _2000 is a player on the server, and he's recently started up his YouTube channel again, which is Black White Fruit. I'm going to put the link in the description because he's recently done some pretty awesome windmill tutorials. Now his windmill tutorials are mainly just the sails. This one is going to be sort of everything, and you may have noticed right off the bat we are in default texture pack, and there's a specific reason for that. I was looking through Jamsy Boy's old videos about a month or two ago, just like looking back at some of the older videos that I really liked, and that's when I started subscribing to him. And there was a comment on like his church tutorial video, I think it was a church one anyway, and it was like, why do people use texture packs when doing tutorials? I can't tell what blocks you're using. That comment was like a few months old when the video was like 4 years old. So, you know, people use texture packs, you know, which are current at the time. So I thought I'd go for a default one and just see what we could come up with as well, which is going to be helpful for some people on like the console version and that stuff like that. So to get started, it's actually a very small base, and actually just before we do start, I'll quickly show you the interior. Very simple interior, which is a nice little room there, and mechanical mechanism at the top as well. We've got this really nice balcony, which I'll be showing you as well. So let's get started. You're going to need cobblestone, and you're just going to do 1, 2, 3, come in a block. Now, so you've got a gap of 1, 1, 2, 3, gap 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, and that's how you make a basic circle, or a small circle in Minecraft. And that's it. That's your first circle. Then you're going to need a log block, and you're going to replace these 4 corners with 3 high logs. So these are your sort of pillars, as it were. So you've got those pillars going up, and you're just going to fill in these with some cobblestone, which is also going to be 3 high. Just zooming in to check there. Sometimes I do 2 high, sometimes I do 3 high. I think 2 high was too short, so we went up for 3. So that's sort of phase 1 complete. I'm just going to cap that all off with some logs, just like that. So there's your base layer complete already. Next, we're going to get some wool, and there's 2 different types of wool that I've used in here, and this is great for showing randomization. So basically, you're just going to do another 3 by 3 block of wool like this, and then just punch out some blocks and place in some light grey. And it doesn't really matter how specifically you do this, it's just quite random. Mix it up like that, keep it nice and simple. Same over this side. This time, put the blocks in a different position, mix it up, make it look different, make it look unique. Go in the other side, do the same thing, put some blocks in, mix up the colours, add some darker patches, and the same on this side as well. 1, 2, 3, and like that. One there maybe, one like that, and kind of want one down here. We'll do that and actually swap that round, and there you go. Then you're going to go 3 more up on these pillars. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then once again cap that all off with some logs. Now you can do sideways logs, but I'm not a fan of the side texture sticking out like this, so or of that look overall. It looks a bit naff to me, so I'm going to do facing up like this, and then you just want to do that again. So I'm not going to do this bit with you, but it's just completely exactly the same, just repeating it. So you're going to do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, oh dear, misclicking, 1, 2, 3, and do that for the whole thing and cap it off, and then I'll be back when we're done. And there you go. So at the moment our windmill is looking very skinny and quite tall, and don't worry, that's why we've got lots of things on to beef it up and make it look a bit more interesting. So we're going to work on this little roof bit next, which is a very nice simple dome. So we're going to get some hay blocks, and the hay blocks are pretty much just going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and you're actually going to place them on each of these corner blocks as well. Then you're going to go up a block in each corner like this. And then you're going to need to get an oak slab and some oak stairs. So the oak stairs are actually going to go on this bottom bit like this. So stair block will go and then we're going to need to get some oak slabs and oak stairs. So your stair block is actually going to go on the outside of this block here, and then on top. And then you do the same on all 4 sides, so like that, and like that. And then you're going to get some slabs and just go around the bottom of the top of the log or the bottom of the hay, depending on how you look at it. And just go around 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're doing that for each corner, and it just sort of wraps it round and makes it look quite nice. Now for the dome, to make it look nice and smooth, you're going to use oak slabs for the rest of this. So he's going to do a slab up from each of the stairs. Then you want to do a slab in each corner, like that. So a slab in this corner as well. Then you're going to do full blocks on top of here, or double tall slabs. And then one more slab right on the very top. And you get this very nice dome effect. And I think that's a really nice, simple way to cap off the top of your build. It also looks really nice for a grain silo. If you're going to do something like this, maybe not with hay, but you could use that for a grain silo type thing. Okay, so now let's work on the bottom. You guys might have seen me do this quite a few times in a few Let's Builds and stuff like that. We're going to actually go for stone brick stairs, and stone brick slabs. And we're going to make this broken down effect right at the bottom, and it adds a bit more structure to the bottom, makes it a bit bulkier, a bit beefier, and overall I think it looks really, really nice. Now I'm going to put the sail over on this side of the building, just so it doesn't get in the way of that one. So where do we want the door? To keep it the same, I'm going to put the door over on this side. This is going to be our entrance. Normally you see people put the doors on the entrance where the turbine is, and I don't think it sort of fits, because you'd be walking and ducking and trying to not get hit in the head by the rotating arms. So I'm going to put it around on this side so you're not running that risk. Then you're just going to go stone bricks like this. You just use full blocks for now. And just go around the whole build. Make sure you add those extra blocks in to join them up. And then you're going to get your stone brick stairs. And just wrap them around as well. Nice and easy around the whole building. Okay, now you can leave it at that if you want it to look very clean. If you want it to look broken down, which I do, you're going to start punching out some of these blocks. Not that one. And putting in some stone brick stairs and some slab blocks. And this is going to create a really messy look, and it's going to look like it's been beaten up and broken down over the years, and it's going to look really, really nice overall. So I'm just going to do that for a few sections here. And also putting in stone bricks like this, so it looks like there's a brick missing. A really great feature that you can include in your builds. So we'll just do that there, and then replace that bottom one like that. We'll do it here as well, just a little simple one. Keep that continuing down, so we'll go slab, and then slab up like that, put a missing brick in. And then down here as well, we'll just do that, and that. And then maybe a slab up there. Oh, we've got this side. I thought we'd already done this. Maybe not. So we'll go for this, and that, and that. It's not too bad, is it? Actually put a full block there. And there you go. So you can see it's completely different to that one. We've completely made it unique, and it's very simple. It doesn't take that long at all. An extra thing that you can do if you want to make it look broken down is to get some cracked stone bricks. You can do it with mossy stone bricks as well, and just replace the odd one where you have a full block, and it just really helps to add a bit more variety. So place one there, do that one, and that one as well, why not? Then like I said, you can always go in and add mossy, but I don't want to do mossy. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is the actual turbine, which I sometimes call the sails if you heard me call that earlier on in the video. So for this we're going to need some spruce wood log, we're going to need the trapdoor, fences, our wool variations again, some wooden buttons, and some stairs, and I think slabs. No, I didn't end up using slabs in the end. Well, there you go. So these are all the materials you need. We've got a log, trapdoor, fence, 2 wool, button, and stairs. I'm going to put it on this side of the build. So keeping in mind where you want the arm to be coming out of, I put it on the top section of this block, so you've got some walking room when you actually get to the top of this section here. So that's going to jut out by 3 blocks, and on the end of that 3 blocks you're going to put a trapdoor like this. Get some fences, and you're just going to do a complete circle around, so it's going to be 9 blocks, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and in the middle would be the 9th block, so 8 blocks, sorry. And then from each side you're going to go out an extra 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so its total is 6. So you're going to go up from the middle, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So an extra 5 blocks, so the total would be 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there, it's already there, so you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 2 different ways of counting it. You can either count it including that one and it'll be 6, or you can forget about this circle you've already put on and count an extra 5 blocks. So there should now be 5 sticking out on each side, and that's the basic layout of your turbine. Okay, so now we're moving on to the wool. So you're going to go out from this left arm first. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's just the top of all of those. And we'll do it here. So this time you're going up 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've miscounted there, so we need another fence on top. Underneath we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then coming down on this side we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like that. Now that's fine for a very basic arm, but we will make this a bit fancier. So we're going to count in 2 blocks from this side and then go 1, 2, 3. So we'll do that from here. So count in from the right at the edge and then go 1, 2, 3. Count from right at the edge, do 1, 2, 3. Count from the very edge, do 1, 2, 3. And then you see we've got this gap here, which we don't want. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do 2 blocks out like that. So again, 2 blocks going up. From here it would be 2 blocks going to the right, and from here it's 2 blocks going down. So 1, 2, and that is the basic shape that I've got now. What you can do now is go around with your light grey wool and mess it up and make it look a bit more randomised, which is what I'm going to do off camera. Okay, so just one more step with the sails, or 2 if you're doing the finer details. We're going to get some oakwood stairs, and you can see we've got this gap here where the fences are, so we're just going to do some upside down stairs. There'll be 3 stairs for the edge of the fence and then 1 at the end to cap it off. So same here, this time it's going to be the right side up, so 1, 2, 3 and 1 on top. Coming around this side again, it's going to be facing the same direction, so 1, 2, 3, and then you're going to want to do 1 going out this way like that. That's not right, but that was the wrong way around, sorry. That way around. So just so it sort of rounds them off at the end. And then down here as well, so you want to have the straighter edges against the fence, so it completely rounds it off. From a distance, I think it's got a really nice shape. And then the very small fine detail is to put some buttons in, and some people do it randomly. I like to do it sort of patterned so it looks like it's sort of nailed in place. So I'm just going to put 3 there, and I'm actually going to do it on the back as well, just for that extra bit of detail. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Another thing that you could always do is to cut away bits of the sail to make it look like it's torn or ripped. It's not going to work with this one because the sails aren't thick enough. I think if maybe you had a couple of blocks up here, then you could have a hole there like that. It might look okay, but for the style that I've gone for, it's not quite going to work. And this is your basic windmill. Looks quite nice. If you wanted, you could make the stone brick go up higher and not have the balcony, and it would still look just as good because it's quite small. But the balcony is going to be quite a complicated section that we're going to go over right at the end of this video now. So try and pay attention if you want to go for that balcony. Okay, so for the balcony, what you're going to need are some oak slabs, some oak stairs, fence gate, and some dark oak slabs. That's pretty much it. So what we're going to do is place 2 oak stairs on each of these sections like this. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and all the way over this side, 1, 2. And then following up from those is another 2. So sticking out even further, just like that. And these are basically your basic supports for the balcony that we're about to make. 2, 1, 2. Next, we're going to fill those gaps in with some slabs. So we're just going to go like this, and just come around so we have a 1 block thing all the way around. So you can at least walk on here without falling off, and then I'll go over beefing it up in a minute. Okay, so to get you started on this next bit and to completely work out the pathway that you're going to be walking on, I'm going to place a fence gate right in this center block here. And then off that, you're going to place a fence post, and then a fence gate either side of that fence post, so we know we now need to put an extra slab there. And then going off, you're going to do another fence post. So now you know you need to do an extra slab that side and an extra slab on that side. And that is the long part done. Next, we're going to cut in now. So you've already got this walkway. You're basically just going to do your fences following along that walkway until you get to this section here. And then you're going to get your slab and just cover those bits up as you need to, like that. So you get this big flat area underneath, which we're going to fix in a minute. Once you've done that, you're then going to place your fence gate, 2 fences this time, another fence gate, and then a fence at this end. Now this is different because it's at an edge and you don't want it to go too far out to interact with the blades or the turbine. And you're just going to come right across like this, very simply, and put some fences across. In fact, even put a fence gate there. So let's go do that on this side. So what we're going to do is follow around with our fences, just so we know that you can walk here without falling off. So that's all good. Cover that up with slabs, and then you're going to remove that fence gate, this fence post, and place a fence gate, 2 fences, fence gate, and then a fence right in that corner, and we're going to put some slabs down here and fill it in with a fence gate. So now you should be able to walk around the whole thing without any problems. We do still have a problem though down here. It's still looking very flat and quite boring. So what we're going to do is add in some extra blocks. So on this pillar, we're going to have a stair block facing out on each side. So we'll do that over here as well. So stair block facing out each side. And then just fill in those gaps with slabs. So it should just be 1, 2, 3 for each corner. Coming on the inside, I'm just going to place a slab like that. So that's just going to hide any horrible gaps that we might have. And then for here, we're just going to do another and then for around the edge here, we're actually going to change this to stair blocks, just like that, and put a slab in there. So around this side, this is where our other side is, so we're going to place these 2 with stair blocks and then put a slab in the middle. Okay, so next we're getting onto the roof, and the roof is not nearly as complicated as that. So all we're going to do, you can see on each of the corners, as it were, we have a pillar of 3 fences going up. So starting around this side, we're going to go 1, 2, over to this corner, 1, 2, to this corner, 1, 2, over to this corner, 1, 2, here, 1, 2, and here, 1, 2. So that just sort of gives us the frame for the roof. And now we can move on to our dark oak slabs and get this really nice arched roof. So to do this, we're going to start on one of the shorter sides first. I'm just going to do a slab on top of each post. Then you're going to come out by a slab on each side. Then you're going to go up by another slab on each side. So it goes one, up, up, down, down. A very shallow slope. And then what you're going to do as well is on top, add an extra bit of curvature. And in fact, I'm going to do this here as well, just to strengthen it up a bit. So you can see that I've just beefed it up on this side, just like that, keeping it quite simple. Now on the underside, I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm actually going to bring it down like that, just so you can see a bit of detail underneath there as well. So we'll do this on this side, and we'll leave the long bit for in a minute. So we're just going to place slab on top, slab going up and out, and then two slabs coming out. Go on top, place your slabs so that they become full blocks, or some of them will. And then go underneath and place other slabs just like that to continue the curve, so it adds that extra bit of detail and depth. Okay, so now let's do this long side, and we'll worry about the corners in just a minute. They should fix themselves. So again, we're just doing the same thing. Slab on each side, then we're going to go up a slab like this. Then we're going to go up another slab, and this time we're going to have a line of 3 instead of a line of 2. Then all you've got to do is beef it up like you did last time, and do underneath like you did last time. Very, very similar. Oh no, destroying blocks that I shouldn't be. And now we're ready for the corners. So for the corners, you're just going to join them up as if they were coming together nice and easy, like this. And one on top there. So if you didn't get that, you're going to follow this top layer around. Then you're going to follow this extra layer around here. Then it's these two coming down. And then you should have an extra slab right on top of this fence post here. You can add that, optional. I choose not to though. And then we're going to come underneath. This might be a bit hard to see, so I'm just going to turn shaders off. So it's nice and bright under here so we can see. And you're just going to sort of copy this idea down. So a lot of slabs coming down here. And you're going to go until you have 2 slabs in each corner like that. And it should arch over like this. It doesn't really work very nicely, but it does work and it does have a purpose. So it's going to look like the wood is actually attached to this pillar, just like that. And you see you've got these 2 indents here in each side, each corner bit. And that is it for the balcony. The only thing that we've got left to do is doors and windows. So the doors and windows completely up to you. Obviously we've got the door down here that we're going to have like that. And the door for the balcony I like to have on this front side here, opposite to the main sails. So we'll do that there. And then for windows, I think I just went with fence, a nice simple fence window. 2 block high on that side. We're going to have another one around this side, like that. And we can even have another one here, like that. Now for up top, we're only going to have 3 windows. 1, 2, and 3. Because if we had an extra window here, it would affect our turbine, so we're just going to leave that how it is. To add a bit of extra detail, get some trapdoors. You're going to put those right on the side here. And you don't have to have all of them open. You could, if you're on the server, use the meta stick to make sure that some of them are closed, some of them are slightly open, so they're sticking out. Just add even more variation where you can. And I think we're done with the outside. All that's left to do now is the interior and the mechanism. So let's go inside, and I'll do this very, very quickly. I'm not going to go over a full interior, we'll just do the mechanism. I'm going to bring this log all the way across. You need to bring that all the way across so it actually fits in here. And then we're also going to have a support beam that goes up like this, and that's just going to help support it as it rotates. And then coming down from there, we're going to do another log, and then just a line of fence until we get all the way down to the bottom. And there you go. Then, to act as a grindstone, we're going to use a double slab of stone. So double slab, just like that. And that is sort of how I do my basic mechanism. If you want to go into more detail, You could also add in fence gates that go across either side like this, and that just looks like it's more supported and that there's more going on. Let's just go into my other one to show you a quick interior here. You could use sand on the floor to make it look like the grain and stuff like that, something that I actually think I did. You've got pressure plate here, maybe he's just making some notes, writing stuff down. You've got a chest, and you've got your hay that you're smashing up in the grindstone. Come up here, you've got a very simple ceiling design. Up on this floor, you've got some books where he's writing down in his ledgers about what stuff he's milling and all that kind of stuff. Got a little flower pot because he likes his flowers. Some paintings hanging there. There's no detail around out here, but there doesn't always have to be. And you can see that I've not included a window on that other side, because that's where our ladder is to get up to the top. And then up at the very top here, you can see I've used slabs into the fence gate to sort of support that up. And we have a slab roof as well to stop the hay roof from hanging down. We've just got some shelves, a couple of workbenches, and another little bench. And this is where he would work, and he'd come up here and fix stuff if it starts to break down. But I think that's all I need to go over for this interior and for this tutorial in general. It might have been a long one, I'm not 100% sure, because I've got a lot of stuff that I've got to cut out back and forth, being distracted by text messages and Skype messages and stuff like that. So that's it for this tutorial, guys. I hope you've enjoyed. It's something a bit different, building in default. Hopefully you guys don't hate me too much for doing it, all you Conquest lovers out there. And if you enjoy tutorials like this, let me know in the comments so I can do more sort of default specific tutorials and stuff like that. If you've got any ideas for tutorials, put it down in the comments below. I'll give it a go. Yeah, I think that's it. If you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.